Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack some fascinating sources that you sent in. Today, we're cutting through the noise on some pretty big tech developments. We'll look at online safety, especially for kids and teens, and maybe even how you'll be getting around town soon.
Yeah, it's a great mix today. Really shows how fast this stuff is moving, not just ideas, but, actual tech hitting our daily lives.
Yeah.
We've got some surprising things to cover, potential game changers.
Okay, let's dive in then. Let's start with this Roblox news. It sounds like they're doing something really different with age verification.
It's pretty interesting. They're calling it age-based communication, focusing on that 13 to 17 group. They're using an AI system based on a selfie you take to estimate your age.
Right, so the AI looks at your picture and guesses if you're, say, over 13.
Exactly. And if it thinks you are, you get access to what they call trusted connections. Allows for freer communication.
Freer communication.
Yeah.
But it's still moderated, right? The source says text, voice, images, everything goes through AI and human checks.
That's the key part. Even in these trusted spaces, they're still watching. They say they're leaning conservative with the AI. Safety first.
So why do it this way? Why not just stick with stricter rules for everyone under 18?
Well, the idea is retention, really.
Yeah.
Keep those teens engaged on Roblox. If the communication feels too restricted, they might jump to, Discord or Snapchat or whatever, where maybe there's less oversight or none at all. So Roblox is trying to build a safer walled garden, but one that still feels natural enough to keep users there. It's a balancing act.
And the scale we're talking about here is just huge. This Grow a Garden game, 20 million concurrent players. That's staggering.
It is. The source suggests that might be the highest concurrent player count for any game ever.
Wow.
And managing that while trying to roll out sophisticated AI safety features, that requires serious infrastructure.
Which connects to the point about their data centers, right? They run their own, but also use cloud providers.
Exactly. They have their own setup, but Burst, basically, they offload extra traffic during peak times to the big cloud players. Azure, Amazon, GCP. You absolutely need that kind of flexible power to handle 20 million people playing at once and run complex moderation systems reliably.
So for you listening, what does this really mean? Companies using AI not just to lock things down, but to create these nuanced, age-gated online worlds.
Yeah, it signals a shift. Platforms are becoming more like digital architects of social interaction, using AI to manage who talks to who and how. It's a step towards safety, maybe, but also raises questions about platform power and digital identity.
Okay, let's shift from virtual worlds to the real one, robo-taxis. There's this big partnership brewing, Uber, Lucid, and Nuro.
Yes, this is a really interesting combination. You've got Lucid, the luxury EV maker, providing their Gravity SUVs.
The cars themselves.
Right. The Nuro brings the autonomous driving tech, the sensors, the compute hardware, and the software brains.
And
Uber is investing heavily. They're putting, $300 million into Lucid, several hundred billion into Nuro for equity. And crucially, Uber will own and operate the fleet.
That's a serious commitment. Now, Nuro's tech, the source, mentions using NVIDIA's system on a chip, SoCs. Why is that a big deal? Lower costs.
It's huge for simplification and cost, yeah. Think about it. Previously, you might need separate boxes like FPGAs, CPUs, GPUs, special safety computers.
A whole bunch of different parts.
Exactly. Now they're collapsing much of that functionality onto a single powerful chip, an SoC. It makes the whole system smaller, uses less power, it's more reliable, and critically, much cheaper to build into potentially thousands of vehicles. It's vital for actually scaling this up.
And scale seems to be the plan. Lucid's SUV production starts late 2026. 20,000 vehicles for Uber over 6 years. That's quite a rollout.
It's ambitious. And Nuro isn't new to this game either. They've been doing fully driverless stuff on public roads for, over 5 years now?
But they didn't start with passengers, did they? The source says they pivoted.
That's right. They actually began by building their own little custom vehicles, specifically for delivering goods, like groceries or packages.
So why the switch to working with Lucid on passenger cars?
Two main reasons, it seems. First, the sheer capital cost of designing and manufacturing their own vehicles was very high. It's tough. Second, their AI driving technology got mature enough, good enough, that they realized they could license it out for passenger transport, leveraging someone else's vehicle platform like Lucid's. It's about specialization.
Focusing on the AI, not the car manufacturing.
Precisely. Play to your strength. NeuroStrength is the autonomous driving system. Lucid builds great EVs. Uber has the network and operational know-how.
So when you put it all together, what does this mean for you? How quickly might we see these actually impacting our commutes? Does this kind of integrated approach speed things up?
I think it definitely could. Instead of one company trying to solve every single piece of the puzzle car design,
Mhm.
AI, fleet operations, customer interface, you have specialists collaborating. That synergy, combined with tech advances like the SoCs making it more affordable, could really accelerate the timeline. We might see robotaxis becoming a more common sight sooner than many people think, thanks to partnerships like this.
It's quite a picture, from AI shaping online chat for teens to AI potentially driving us around town. What a deep dive today.
Yeah, we've covered some ground. From really advanced AI in digital spaces with Roblox trying to thread that needle between freedom and safety,
Right.
these big strategic bets on the physical world with Uber, Lucid, and Neuro tackling autonomous transport. It shows how AI and partnerships are driving innovation everywhere.
Absolutely. So for you, the listener, the big takeaway might be that the future isn't just, happening to us. It's being actively built piece by piece, often through these complex collaborations. And as it unfolds, it's worth keeping an eye on the new questions that pop up around privacy, safety, control, access.
Always more to think about, definitely. These aren't endpoints, they're starting points for much bigger conversations about technology's role in our lives.
Couldn't agree more. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really look forward to seeing what interesting sources you send our way next time.